Big World's Zach and Tori Roloff make vulnerable confession about raising kids with dwarfism. A family's journey begins, genetics and God's plan. In July 2024, during an episode of their podcast Raising Heights, Zach and Tori Roloff revealed the genetic reality behind their family. Their children's dwarfism was not a surprise. As Zach and Tori began planning their family, they recognized there was a 50-50 chance that any child would inherit achondroplasia, the same form of dwarfism that Zach has. Explaining their decision to grow their family regardless, they said, "We hit a dwarfism cluster somewhere in the cycle. If we have 3 more kids, they could all be average height. It's in God's hands." They'd already welcomed Jackson, B 2017, Lila, B 2019, and Josiah, B 2022, all of whom indeed have achondroplasia. Tori emphasized that despite occasional criticism, people question our decision to have children when we knew that they could have dwarfism, they remain steadfast in their faith and conviction. This was not just about genetics, it was a declaration. Their love for their children transcends all external expectations of normal. Honest reflections on parenting little people. The couple didn't shy away from discussing the challenges they face raising children with dwarfism. In their turn on the heart lights moment, they described it as both vulnerable and gut-wrenching, a wife's perspective. Tori shared how navigating motherhood with 3 kids who have achondroplasia is deeply emotional. Admitting the pressure of having a perfect child can weigh heavily. They renounced that mindset, choosing gratitude and trust instead. A father's concern. Zach talked about wanting their kids to embrace their difference, not hide it. He made it clear this journey is about pride, not protection, even as they also wrestle with fear. Reality check. When kids notice they're different. All children develop a sense of self, but for Zach's family, being little people adds complexity. Early on, they recognized that Jackson, their eldest, wasn't fully aware of his difference. On a 2022 episode of Little People Big World, they candidly explained, "We haven't had the talk yet about how we're different than everyone else. Jackson said the others look just like his dad, but he doesn't know he looks the same way." By age 6, the realization had begun to hit home. Back-to-back reporting, 2023 People in the Sun, highlights how the family addressed Jackson's growing self-awareness. People reported that Zach started a serious conversation about dwarfism as Jackson asked why he and a non-dwarf friend had different opportunities. The Sun wrote about moments on the soccer field. Kids have started pointing out his height, questioning why he's different. Tori and Zach focus on responding sensitively to keep Jackson's spirits up. This shift, from protective silence to compassionate honesty, is a central part of their parenting. Wrestling with secrecy versus openness in parenting. A particularly striking confession came via a vulnerable admission. Early on, they had not openly discussed the reality of dwarfism with Jackson. Instead, they had planned to wait for natural teachable moments. That approach received mixed reactions, especially from fans on Reddit who criticized the delay. "This poor kid is so confused. It's super sad, but he has no clue. They should teach their children to be proud of it." Some defended the couple, admitting they were trying to balance the desire to protect with the risk of shame or secrecy. There are no perfect parenting methods, only imperfect ones lived out with love. What they've said and how they've changed. On podcast, they return to the topic repeatedly, recognizing they can't control when or how their children realize they are different better to proactively frame it with truth and pride. On television, the 2023 episode where Zach discusses dwarfism with Jackson, "You Know It's Coming," reflects a more direct, protective safeguarding. On social media, Tori chronicled Jackson's bravery during soccer games, where peers noticed his height, offering encouragement and belonging. Siblings, strength surgeries. Lila and Josiah, their younger children, are also carved into this journey. Both are loved and celebrated for their uniqueness. Lila, born in November 2019, faces additional medical realities: strabismus and sleep apnea. She underwent a tonsillectomy and adenoid removal in spring 2024. Josiah, born in April 2022, is just starting to walk and hasn't said his first word in a way Tori can even pinpoint a bittersweet reminder of new parent challenges. These details ground the family's narrative in medical reality, joy, worry, and everyday resilience. Reflecting on dwarfism as a social identity. Zach has offered profound insight into the emotional journey of dwarfism. On the show, he recalled his own childhood and slow realization. "I went through it, little moments that accumulate. Wow, I'm being left behind. Friends would run away from me. That collision of confidence and self-worth is what hurts the most." His resolve. He wants his kids to be nurtured in confidence now, before reality chips away at it. Support, purpose, pride. Despite the challenges, the Roloffs are deeply aware of the strength and joy of their family life. Tori regularly shares pride in her children's resilience. "They've been so affectionate and just in love." Zach frequently calls for parents to encourage dwarf children uniquely. "You have to encourage a dwarf child a little more, but not everyone gets a trophy, you have to earn it." More than raising kids with dwarfism, they're raising kids who love themselves in whatever form they take. Navigating public scrutiny. As public figures, their choices face magnification. Critics questioned delaying frank discussions of height differences. Fans accused them of protecting too much. Yet others praised their tenderness and intent. Amid criticism, the Roloffs remain clear they aren't ashamed of dwarfism. They're cautious guardians of their children's emotional health. By sharing ups and downs, they invite empathy, not judgment. Looking ahead. What lies ahead for this family? Continued conversations. They've begun gently. Expect more as their kids grow older. Educational advocacy. With connections to Little People of America and the community, they're positioned for widened support and teaching. Legacy of acceptance. Their mission is clear: to raise little people confident in their worth, unafraid to stand tall in every room they enter. Broader impact. Final reflections. The Roloffs aren't just parenting, they're modeling how to live with dwarfism in a big world. They remind us, genetic acceptance. Love isn't filtered by excitement over normalcy. Emotionally smart parenting. Tough conversations don't wait, they happen with care. Strength in identity. Let children define themselves on their own terms. Word count context. This article clocks in around with an impactful balance of context, narrative, and direct illustration, including genetic insights, asterisk, 50-50 chance, in God's hands. Parenting honesty. We haven't had the talk yet, and you know it's coming. Personal reflection. Zach's own struggles centering confidence and societal reactions. Family dynamics. Detail on each child's progress and medical journey. Social reception. Mix of public criticism and praise. Future vision. Empowerment, inclusion, and dignity. Thanks sources credits. Parade exclusive insights. People, podcast deep dive. The Sun, field moments criticism. Screen Rant commentary on their emotional journey. Reddit public reaction. In summary, Zach and Tori Roloff are navigating parenthood filled with love, vulnerability, and intention. Their confession isn't merely about dwarfism, it's about raising one's children with dignity, transparency, and unapologetic pride. It's messy, tender, and profoundly real, a lesson for all families. Little People. Big World fans were overjoyed to see the new collection of seasonal family photos that Tori Roloff shared on social media. The LPBW alum and her husband Zach Roloff took the photos during a recent family trip to an apple orchard. The reality TV stars posed with their 3 young children in front of the sign, welcoming visitors to Old World apples. The photo captured the look of fall as the Roloffs stood in front of a few bales of hay and perched upon pumpkins that were set out beneath the orchard's welcome sign. All a mom wants in life. Go to Cute Apple Orchard with her cute family and take cute photos and get cute apple cider. Tori wrote to caption the photos, which she shared on Instagram on Saturday, September 28. Zach later teased his wife when he left a comment on the post that read, "All a mom wants until about 2 o'clock today when a new cute idea comes up." Tori posed a single emoji in response. In addition to the snapshot that the family of 5 posed for together, Tori's 5-part Instagram carousel included a photo of her 3 children: son Jackson, 7, daughter Lila, 4, and son Josiah, 2, smiling while standing side by side in the orchard. Subsequent photos showed Zach holding Josiah's hand as they walked around, Jackson sitting with an arm around his brother, and the toddler looking up at the camera while surrounded by fallen apples.